Hello and welcome to session 13 of Pokemon Spectrum. This is our vlog, and happy Halloween.
Yay. Belated by the time this goes up, but yay!
Exactly.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Or happy Thanksgiving.
Or whatever happens to be important, yes.
Mm-hmm.
So guys,
Lots happened today.
Start from the beginning. Try to remember what happened.
Mm-hmm.
So much drama.
Yeah. All the drama.
I was kind of hoping the Wade Fernandez theory would be wrong. I was kind of like,
Yeah.
that's darkest time. That would be it. And it's like, ooh.
whose theory?
The
Fernandez.
Wade
Fernandez.
Fernandez one.
Yeah.
Oh, the Wade Fernandez theory. Yeah.
I thought that was a joke, but no.
Yeah, that was great, by the way.
It was an intense scene.
Mhm.
Everything you guys said.
I just wish I would have thought, take the mask off, especially once I had a feeling, is this going where I think it's going?
I think it explains the
A lot.
estranged relationship. I think it makes sense, given how things are going with you and your dad, and he definitely favors Trenton over you.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, some of the clues were there because clearly, based on the notes that your mom left Wade, she was a free spirit. She wanted to see the world.
You
She
heard
wanted
that we
to,
talked about game shows.
yeah, go on an adventure. And your dad is very much the opposite of that.
Exactly.
So she, I guess she thought Wade was more exciting, and yeah.
Well,
So,
originally what she liked about Lobel was he was stable.
yeah.
Unfortunately, stability can often become a cage.
Mm-hmm.
So now that Tiffany knows this, is she affected at all?
Oh,
by
she's
the
very
fact
affected.
that-
This is, okay, smile, social time, plus I do like Kyle. I don't want to cancel. I am the one that pushed this, so everyone got a sense of normalcy before the chaos. If she doesn't
Yeah.
show, it's going to look super weird.
Well, I guess my question was it more because of the issues that are going on between you and Lobel? Or is it because of the fact that if what he is insinuating is true, that you saw the body of your biological father?
It's probably more it's because it's Lobel. In her head, that's my father, that's who raised me.
Mm-hmm.
It's sad that other guy died, but I know nothing about him.
You know nothing about him. He's just
Other than my mom had a thing for him.
apparently. Mm-hmm. Does this tarnish your view of your mom?
It explains a lot.
It does make her more real.
Yeah.
Does Tiffany feel upset that neither your dad nor your mom said anything to you?
I think
'Cause they
right
never
now
did.
she's too numb to understand what's going on. Eventually, she will get to the point of being upset.
Does Petra think Trenton knows?
I do not think he knows.
You do not think Trenton knows, okay? Do you think Trenton knows that there was some difficulty in their marriage? Do you think he knows that?
I'm going to guess he does just because he's a lot more perceptive
Okay?
and just the type of person he is.
Because how many years apart are you
10.
guys?
So,
Okay, so he would have been around.
yeah. He would have
9
been
years
old enough to remember, yeah, mom disappeared for a while. And then I got
Yeah,
a baby
mom
sister.
disappeared for a while. Yeah.
Wait, I know how biology works now that I have questions. Noir getting Remy baptized, or purified, or
Yeah.
bonded, however we're going to look at that.
Baptized.
The power of Mew compels you. The power of Mew compels you.
Exorcism.
Remy's head turns around 360.
Flamethrower.
So I mean, I
Oh,
guess
for Halloween
technically,
episode.
yeah, technically the very first thing that happened would be Noir and Tiffany going to the Pokemon Center.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So then that way we could go back to the morning of the next
Sure.
day, where around afternoon, Noir went back to the church, right?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
That's right.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, I didn't anticipate that going the way it did. I thought it was gonna be a small scene. It was
Yeah.
It was an important scene. I thought that was going to last for episodes and episodes, right?
I thought we were going to get Dr. Lightyear, not other way of healing it. I'm fascinated with the way it was healed. Don't get me wrong. Just
Oh, and
it's
too,
not what
it's
we
like
talked about.
a powerful
Mhm.
testament of religion in this world.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was actually waiting to see if anyone
Mhm.
was going to go visit a temple, because I think actually a few sessions back somebody mentioned that they were going to go
It
to
was
the
Molly.
Mew
I think
temple.
it was Molly.
Okay, somebody thought that, and I
We never
was
got
waiting
to
for
that.
that to happen because I wanted to establish what religion is like in this world, because I think that that is an area that is an important part, an important piece, and especially because you are dealing with quote unquote gods.
Yeah.
It might be nice to see an example of that. And Dr. Pearl herself is a very devout Mew follower, I think. So, which I think is ironic considering ironic considering what Molly said in the last session. So,
Surely got us kicked out.
She was just
by being
angry.
blasphemous.
yes.
Although kudos, Tiffany's been trying for months or weeks, however long it's been. Or is that why Cresselia didn't kick them out when it was Tiffany? Because you're just crying for attention. Shush. But what actually is upset with us? Well, now
And
we
now-
have to act.
Now look at you, Tiffany, swearing like a sailor.
I think that Molly's delivery was different from Tiffany's deliveries, because her delivery was a little bit more laced with
Contempt.
vitriol, whereas Tiffany was more, I
Just-
don't know.
You're
Playful-
overrated.
playful banter.
Can I go home now?
Yes.
Yeah, and I did want Molly to have a physical reaction to all this stress,
Mhm.
so I came up with the dry heaving,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
lack of appetite. Because having been under a lot of anxiety before, I did have a similar reaction with
For sure,
just
yeah.
stomach issues and stuff. And so I said, well, someone has to have, someone has to, and I think it's going to be Molly in this
Yes.
case.
Because everyone else is like so bottled up.
Pretty much.
I did enjoy the conversation that Molly had with Keith today.
I did too.
Wasn't
And
so good.
I found, because I did not have Keith's backstory with his family living in Johto prepared ahead of time. I came up with that on the fly when you asked me about that warm-up question.
Oh.
There was a warm-up question about Keith, and I just made it up there. And then I decided to use it in this situation because his situation is very similar to Molly's. And I know that Keith Carmel was a character that I think Tiffany or Petra said she
Yes.
wanted to see more of, and so I stuck him into the scene just because I thought it made sense for him to start interacting
Also,
with Molly.
we
for
must
that
have more
requisite.
Blinky.
Inky, yes.
Yeah, that was
Blinky.
fun.
And the fact that Bullet happened to be there,
Mhm.
was kind of nice. It was cool to see Inky trying to. Inky needs a chase. Inky needs a chase.
Lux is working
So
on it, just,
Say how it is. Lux could actually take a page from Chase, and the next time, Bullet and Inky are there, Lux could just
Go
pull it
have
out.
eggs
So, yeah.
already.
The best part is
Your
Molly.
food. I've got to eat it.
Oh gosh.
Molly totally sees what's going on between them too.
But then didn't Keith seem extremely oblivious? Because Molly's like,
Yeah.
hey, we should hook him up. And he's like, my parents are in Johto. Good transition there.
I'm not a regular mom. I'm a cool mom.
Exactly.
That's right.
But I was glad to see that go the way it did.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So
And if you hadn't told him about our hypothetical trip to Johto and all of that, Bullet was going to mention it to Inky, so
yeah,
just saying I had you covered.
it's like,
You were going to get that hook either way.
so crazy situation here.
You want to bring who along? Why?
You want to bring a journalist with you?
Well, Tiffany knows Keith,
By the way.
so he's a nice guy, but why? Oh, okay. Guess that's the reason.
We still need someone to talk to Pearl about that.
Well, as soon as Molly gets her tongue out of her throat, we can discuss that.
Yep. Not that that's the immediate threat.
Going
but
slow.
There you go.
It'll be soon.
It's like, hey, I made it slowly.
Really?
Mm.
Compared to
That's gonna be a
saying,
fun.
compared to
that's gonna
saying,
be a fun
oh.
scene.
Mhm.
That's gonna be a fun scene to edit and post.
I think I have my commission finally. There's a guy on Twitter who I talked to him about commissions, and I said, I was like, I'm waiting for a certain scene. I don't know. I have no idea how it's gonna go.
It'll
But
be
I'd like
in
to
the
know what's happening.
bathroom.
So we're
With
in
her
that.
lying sprawled on the couch, calling you doctor.
You just have to make
So,
sure
Doctor,
that
what do you think
the
I should
stalls
do?
are visible.
Yes.
Capture the
And
magic.
one pair of shoes in one of the stalls.
Oh my gosh, that was great, actually. Like seeing kind of a playful side to Dr. Pearl. I don't think Molly's ever seen that. We certainly haven't seen that.
No.
You can thank Ronick for that. They actually did have Ronick and Elise. Stephen, Ronick's character, actually had a conversation about Molly, and
Oh,
he actually
Aw.
did push her.
Oh wow.
He did actually push her. So it's because
Aw.
of that.
Jeez.
Yes.
We
Yeah.
need to see this episode.
I was going to say
You'll
her
see
brother
it.
then is one of their characters. I didn't know that.
Mhm.
Mhm.
I thought that's
Stephen
what
Pearl.
that was from.
Steven.
Stephen Pearl and Alicia Pearl. Mhm.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, that's interesting.
Yeah.
Looking forward to seeing that.
So this is my future brother-in-law. Cool.
It's like, all right, so let's just go across the street and do this thing right now.
Oh yeah, that is right across the street.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Or you have to beat Cassie out of the way.
So would you? So would you be Molly Moon Pearl?
Yes.
Would you actually be? Would you hyphenate your last names, Moon Pearl?
I would gladly do it. I don't know if Molly would.
You don't know if Molly would Moon Pearl it? Okay.
I think
All right.
I think she would. It has
Okay.
everything to it.
Because I feel like Molly Moon sounds better than Molly Pearl. So Moon Pearl
Yeah.
might be interesting.
Moon Pearl sounds better. Even better. than
Alicia Moon does sound nice.
So it's time for Noir Mom and Tiffany Mom to start planning the wedding. Gotcha.
Yes.
Having the reception here, I'm assuming. You guess probably an employee discount.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Go.
You can't attend
Look at the
Nevi's and
cake looks like
Cassie's though.
this.
You're just the staff.
I know.
But I know double
Should've treated them
wedding.
better.
There we go.
a triple wedding, depending on how it goes between Tiffany and the lieutenant.
Yay.
Well, considering how fast Tiffany's wanting to move that, as soon as they're like, is this a thing? I think so. Imagine our children.
Oh,
I
yeah.
kind of like you. Let's get married.
Exactly. You know what? It's been a weird couple of months. Why not?
Chase is still, still a bachelor. So
I like,
only because
Get on
Nevi
it.
struck out.
I like to think during that with Nevi and Chase, though, that Chase knew what he was doing.
Yeah.
Was that at all the intention?
It was.
Okay.
Aw.
Good. I caught it.
Trying to corrupt the whole thing so that she'd leave him alone and go back to you. Yeah.
Yep.
Aw, Lex was trying to help.
Oh man.
So Shade, if hypothetically speaking, if we were to
So many
Ship.
hypotheticals this session.
Chase, yes, if we were to ship Chase with a character, who would Shay ship Chase with?
Instantly Madison.
Oh, interesting.
The first, the
Alright.
first introduction, I'm like, yup.
Alright.
Go get her. Shove.
And then the
Molly
second-
him up to say hi.
Second one was Iridessa of all people, because I was like, oh, thematically
Oh.
appropriate. I like it.
You never even met her.
Tried it at the bar.
So
She was at the
Madison likes the
Oh, yeah.
Madison likes the bad boys. You like the bad girls. So I mean,
Threesome.
It's all about the oh my goodness. I don't know if
Oh,
there's
good
enough.
times.
I don't know if Chase has enough fun size for 2.
Oh my god. He likes to play the field.
Fun size. Eating
That's
less
going to
candy
be-
is not fun.
Yes, I think that's the. I think I have the title of one of our episodes.
Fun
Okay.
size.
Fun size.
Oh god. I really enjoyed the scene between Ooh and Bullet also.
Yes.
Yes. Sorry if you didn't want to get that out in the open, but
No, it's
I was
fine.
curious.
I've been waiting for
That was
someone to bring it up.
adorable.
Good, because I enjoyed how it played out too.
I thought we worked off
Oh,
each other
Fred
very well.
Fly.
Yes. He was trying so hard.
Was.
Yeah, the way I'm playing Ooh as a toddler, it's like I think for him it's actually very difficult for him to remember names, but it's easier for him to remember features.
Aw.
So actually the reason why he doesn't use names for anyone is because he actually just he remembers them by their features instead.
I mean, he did
And-
explicitly state he doesn't remember their names or doesn't
He
know
just
their
doesn't
names.
know their names. He doesn't remember. He knows what they're talking about, but when you ask him to say it, for whatever reason, he can't.
So how long did it take for you to remember Tiffany's name? And what did she call Tiffany before he finally was able to remember her name?
Now I'm curious.
What did he refer to Tiffany as?
I want to say he called her sparkly friend.
Oh,
You didn't call her mommy friend?
Just sparkly friend. At
Just
first.
sparkly
Long-legged
friend?
friend.
Okay.
Oh,
Long-legged
in the
friend.
beginning was naturally mom friend smart ball. Okay, we're good to
Yes.
go. Oh, he'll be fine. I fed him this morning. He's fine.
Let's say maybe a year and a half before he finally learned.
A year and a half to finally call her Tiffany. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
oh,
So
what a
it just-
joyous day that must have been.
And Tiffany never knew the difference.
Never knew the difference. Yes.
That was fun though. That was a lot of fun.
Speaking of you, the other scene with him and the momentary flashback to the phrase,
Mm-hmm.
I don't want you to be afraid, but you need to know this.
Yes. So.
Thoughts of where this is going?
So was that the phrase that was said?
I don't think it's the exact wording. I couldn't remember it though.
Unfortunately, while watching that scene, that was like the one part that I missed, and so I was like really hoping someone else would say it again.
I think it was that.
Okay.
I
Yeah,
don't want you to be afraid, but you need to know this. I think is the wording, but not 100%.
And Tiffany may
Arceus?
never know.
Well, the episode will go live eventually.
Oh, I just meant about the, where you came from thing.
Well, Cassie would stop hiding things.
If only.
Kyle, your Dawn fan, I stole it. It's actually Molly's parents. Tiffany, I think your Pokemon belongs to the lab I work for. Yeah, good times.
And don't get me started on solving Chase's entire mystery.
How'd you do that again?
I mean, I just figure it's more valuable if you solve it yourself.
Speaking of Chase, we all got toy presents today.
I liked that.
It was cute.
That was cute.
And it never came up, of course, but like even in that dynasty scene at the end, Cassie had the die in her pocket.
Tiffany had her
significant now
pendant on.
because, as Chase said, had connections and everything. And she can't really take the magic Pokeball with her. This one, by the way,
Yes.
it's a little big, but the die, it's perfect.
Mm-hmm. Molly had the little moon, so
Yeah, so did Nora have her pen?
She has
Now
it like
she
in her
did.
bag somewhere.
Yeah.
Okay.
She has it in her bag somewhere.
He
yeah.
definitely didn't
Yeah,
think
he's
he'd
not,
keep
like-
her again.
Big on it. Unfortunately, mainly because of like the negative connotations of that.
Yeah, I understand.
No, to
Yeah.
be fair, I don't know if you
Like,
saw the chat during that part.
If you saw the what?
The chat during that part, I made a clarification. Well, from what I understood, so there's the psychic symbol as the pin, and then it has colored
Okay.
ribbons on it, right?
Hmm.
Colored ribbons.
Yeah.
Yes.
And so a black ribbon is given to criminals, but Shay said that he
Correct.
colored the symbol black.
He called the symbol black.
So
Oh, I
it
thought
wasn't
it was
like a sign of a
That
criminal.
was black.
He just covered, the psychic symbol itself black. So
It was a representation of like Noir can decide who she wants to be. She doesn't have to like lie behind a pin that's not her color. She doesn't have to get the right color. She doesn't have to tell anyone. She can just be herself, which is her name means black. He came from the
Aw.
same area as her. He knows what Noir means, you know. And so the fact that her father's the one who gave her that name for him was like he was searching for things in the past that were signs and symbols for why we all came together. And for him, it was her father named her Black. And now here we are, right? And she's afraid every time she sleeps. She's afraid of the blackness of nightmares and stuff because she's going to see this Peralt guy. Okay, well, confront the blackness by becoming what your father gave you the strength to become, right? You are the Black. You own it. It's you. So it's more of a reminder for her to accept
so
that.
if the pin clarification helps at all, if it changes how she feels about that scene a little bit. I mean, the whole him attacking her still, happened, but
There was a reason.
yes, of course. No, I actually really like that scene. I enjoy in shows or whatever when they do have that kind of like fighting for your own good. So it was cool to see it happen here.
Well, from his perspective was he saw the sushi thing play out and she wasn't in control. And he said this to her early in the sessions, right? Like the reason why he doesn't trust her, but she's the loose cannon. She's like she's someone who got taken. She got used against her will and chases he's gotten that information as well. And then the sushi thing happens. So as soon as she goes back to the past, she loses control of who she is in the present, and he needs her for the future. Not he, but like he as in all of us, right? Like he doesn't want her around the other people if she's going to throw people into walls. Like
That's appreciated.
Yeah, I
As
agree.
one of those people.
So he was more trying to see if he provoked her enough, if he made her lose enough control, was she in control or not? Because he was willing to take the damage in order to make a point of it, right? Or have her realize that she could hurt friends if she loses control. So get a handle on this and don't be afraid of the past anymore. You got to embrace it and have some faith. So it's the only kind of idea I've had planned out for a few sessions. It's just one of those that seemed like the most appropriate time to pull it off, you know?
I think it went well.
Yes. Very, very makes a lot of sense. Very poetic. Speaking of Noir, I really also enjoyed her scene with Cam, which is a character I don't think anyone else is really all that familiar with. So you learned a few things about Cam, but there's still a lot of things that
We haven't heard about Cam since the first session, I think.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And I learned
where was
the
the-
doctor's first name is Peralt.
Yes.
You are the smart one.
Important detail.
And just to
That's why I
remind
tended to
everybody,
use that first.
where did we see Cam? Just to remind everybody, where did we see Cam in the first session?
In prison.
In prison.
When
So
when Madison
Molly knows. Yes. Molly knows Cam.
Huh.
but she doesn't know that Noir knows Cam, so
Wait, but wouldn't that be this dimension's Cam? Or did Cam also come to this from?
We'll see.
Okay.
Unless Harkius wants to answer.
No, absolutely not.
Of course
I
not.
didn't think so. Leave more appeasements.
But a lot of the viewers who are watching this already know the answer to that.
Oh.
A lot of the viewers, by the time this goes up, the viewers will know the answer to that.
Okay.
by
Right.
the time this goes up, hopefully we'll know the answer.
Yes.
You'll know the answer by the
Other
time this goes up.
things.
Okay.
Glorious.
So one of my assumptions is that one of the other players is Cam. And so there'll be some scenes with Cam in the bonus episode.
Huh. Okay, I'm curious about something, Hark, because originally Keith's name was Cameth, Is this why you changed it to Keith?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
It was too close to Cam. Yes.
Sorry.
Although
Dr.
now
Pearl's name was
Dr.
different, too.
Now Dr. Pearl and Dr. Peralt are.
Yeah.
But I didn't want to change Dr. Peralt's name, and Pearl was Ronick's character's last name, and I didn't want to change that. So.
That's fine.
Nice.
And actually, originally, Dr. Pearl, I think I might have mentioned this. Molly, when she was writing her backstory, her doctor was not named Dr. Pearl; it was named something else.
Yeah, Alexis.
But I was
Story.
like, yeah. But I was like, let's make it Dr. Pearl so that there's a connection with Steven. And so, because Steven said that his sister specifically was a psychologist, I'm like, well, let's double
can
it
do
up.
that.
Kill two birds with one stone.
That's pretty cool, actually. I also liked Molly and Tiffany's scene, the playing
Yes. I will make you pretty.
Yes, the
Next
Tefali
time,
scene.
you can come over and I'll do your makeup. It'd be great. But first, yeah, we should go say Cassie's mom. We should go do that first.
Yeah. Yes.
Priorities, you know. And then Jodo, and then hair lessons.
Remy
What?
can talk to you in
Yeah.
the Dream World.
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
Remy can talk to you.
And he thinks we're jerks. Even
You
though
thought-
Tiffany
you
was
thought-
totally
Oh,
nice and bathed you and got the purple out of your fur and made Lux very sad because you're not purple pretty puppy anymore.
Molly brought you berries, man.
No.
Yeah, but he always sees y'all fighting and stuff like that. So for him, it's like, geez, like he didn't know you're getting into a dream world and planning like these sorts of massive adventures to save things and crap. Like when you're in the waking world, you're all bitching at each other, you're all angry, you're all kicking in doors, you're all like it.
Tiffany's
for him,
never
it's like,
kicked
oh.
down Noir's door.
That's just a front.
Yeah.
She has been
People are
very respectful
superheroes when
about
they
that.
So now that you have discovered a way to bring people into the dream world,
Yes.
would you use it
Oh,
more
yeah.
often? Is Mike? Oh yeah.
Even though
would
Tiffany's
you-
the atheist.
Who would you
and-
bring? Even though Tiffany's the atheist. Yes.
Jeez.
Come on, you.
Oh,
We're going to make this happen. I want to hear you talk.
All
Completely
the
selfish
time.
reasons.
How much did you donate to the church, by the way?
1,000.
Noir.
1,000.
You donated 1,000? Okay. Yeah.
It's a lot.
That's very nice. That's very generous of you.
If Noir had talked to Dr. Pearl in the temple, I'm just curious, what would have happened?
It depends on I don't know. It depends on what Noir would have said. I just thought, you went to the Temple of Mew. Dr. Pearl is a devout follower. I'll just put her in there in the scene, see what happens. I didn't have anything planned. I didn't have anything specific planned. So if Noir did decide to interact with her. Now the problem is I don't know if Noir actually recognizes Dr. Pearl, right? I don't think you've ever
that's
seen her.
why
Yeah.
I was like,
Yeah.
she might oh, she kind of sounds like the description. Looks like the description of.
Yeah, that would be a little
hell?
metagamey. But
Yeah.
I put her in there because the intention was whoever went to the temple, because it could have been a group of you, it just happened to be Noir. Whoever went to the Temple of Mew, I was planning to have Dr. Pearl there. It just so happens that Noir doesn't know who she is. So I don't know. I didn't have anything prepared. I was just going to see what would have happened.
Alright.
Good question, though.
Yeah.
And speaking of Dr. Pearl,
Yay.
the date scene was fun.
Oh, that was all the fun.
Lots of shipping all over the place.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Tiffany just
So-
kind of shoved Cassie and Evie together. Go.
I
Couple.
I personally was surprised by that. I guess it was because I wasn't sure if Cassie saw Nevian that way or not. I wasn't sure.
Cassie doesn't often think about anyone in that way, but much like how Nevi was talking to Cassie when they had their real moment, it's
Yeah.
that same kind of thing. It's like, yeah, you're the person that I can depend upon. You're the person I've always been able to rely upon,
Yeah.
to give me advice, to cheer me up, whatever. So it made sense.
You're the person who got me into this terrorist group in the first place, which is why I'm in this effed up stuff in the first place.
she
Thank
was-
you.
Like Cassie asked.
Yes.
It was a dumb decision, but on both their parts.
Yes.
And
Be dumb
just
together.
while on that subject, I really liked their scene too with the phone call and then Nevi coming over.
Oh, yeah.
That was so cute.
Oh,
That made
sweet.
sense. Their relationship is very cute.
Yeah, I like it for one.
Aw.
You got really teary-eyed there too, Riz. That was pretty
Yeah.
good. Pretty
No,
awesome
that's the
roleplay.
thing. Like I started. Where did it start? I think actually with the Tiffany Lobel scene, I started feeling a little emotional. I'm like, oh, I need to use this soon.
Yeah. You're
I need
welcome.
to use this.
So I carried it with me up to that scene.
No, it was really good.
Yeah.
Very well done. And again, also Noir, Ella did a great job when she was breaking down with Chase too. When Chase was giving her a hard time, that was very well done.
Noah normally holds back a lot. She doesn't really. Jason's the only person who's managed to get to a point where she's just like, okay, I'm just going to yell at you because clearly this isn't working. Hopefully, moves on.
Yeah.
But still, but from the Chase perspective, he still doesn't think that he's broken through like he feels like he needs to. Like he still thinks she's hiding way too much, and he's going to keep pushing until he actually feels confident that you can either act when you choose to act, and if that means that he has to provoke you to that point, then he's probably going to keep trying because he cares. He honestly does. Like she's the one that he almost feels more. I mean, Molly's pretty close from the Chase perspective because they go back a long way, but from a perspective of who does Chase think he needs to save more than anybody, it'd be the most powerful person in this group. Like that's because it's not a physical thing, right? I think she's very broken up. She's broken minded, and he gets that. Yeah. So.
Aw.
Oh, also, fun story about what Molly stole.
Mhm. Yeah.
That was what Molly stole.
I like that story.
Mhm,
Yeah,
so that's-
yeah. Funny story. When Chase first asked Molly that, I actually didn't know what she stole.
The real reason she didn't answer.
Is
So
because Roma didn't know.
I didn't know. So I actually had to ask Hark for some advice because I was
Oh,
like,
nice.
I was like, I had some ideas, but I don't like any of them. Like, what do you think?
Yeah, that was cool. She gave me that because I didn't know what she had in mind either, and so when she asked me that question, I was like, well, what if it wasn't anything particularly valuable, but it was valuable specifically for that person? And so I gave an example. I think the example so she came up with her own, but I think the example I gave her was, what if you stole somebody's purse and you noticed the next day that there were some unread messages on the cell phone, and the first message said, hey, Dad got rushed to the hospital, call me. The second message was, hey, Dad's in critical condition, they don't know if he can make it, call me as soon as you get this. And then another question was, hey, where are you? And it just keeps deteriorating until the last message was just simply, Dad passed away. And the person who had the phone didn't know any of this was happening
I was
because
waiting.
she stole it.
I was waiting for that ending as Chase, and I'm like, I do not know how I'm gonna respond to this if someone dies. Like
Yeah.
at the end of this, like I was getting very nervous
Yeah.
as a player. Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't know. And then Roma put her own spin on it. So I'm glad that Roma came up with her own
So
story.
that's how she got caught finally.
That's how she got caught. Yeah.
Which some irony there. That's how Chase got caught. He's never told people this. Outside of the confessional from the last session about Tarot, it's sort of how he gets himself caught, right? And it's all fake. But
And Lux being really annoyed.
3 months hanging out by himself in the city.
I'm sure Cobblestone.
Yeah.
He hung out with them.
Yeah, possibly gotten into. Hopefully nothing that's going to make my penalty go up. The penalty fee.
Yeah. So how does Chase now going to feel about Lobel, given everything he now knows or thinks he knows?
He's not gonna. He's gonna wait till he talks with the group. He's not gonna make any irrational decisions.
Yeah, that's so unlike Chase.
I
He
know,
just
right?
got like
Yeah.
this is Tiffany needs to know this right now, and she's
still
the voice.
very confused by what the heck is he talking about? What does 797 mean? Because she doesn't remember that interview because Hark said they weren't canon.
That's right. Yep. And he didn't tell anyone he met Vu yet either, so which was intentional.
Molly still hasn't
Now
met
we'll
her.
see.
Aww. Molly, you're next.
Left out.
So we'll see.
I was showing my mother-in-law. You were brought up, Roma, because my mother-in-law was curious about all of this tabletop gaming stuff because she's trying to understand it, and so I told her about the auditions and the interviews, and I showed her your interview,
Oh, yeah.
and she watched the entire thing because she was glued to the video. She's like, this is so interesting. I like her. She's really cool. And there was the part where you just kept like, clothes are free, water isn't free. And like my mother-in-law was just cracking up. And she's like, oh, did she get into the game? Did she get? Oh yeah, she's like I love her. It's like, oh, is she doing well? Oh yeah, she's doing great. So you had a fan. My mother-in-law had a fan. This old lady who isn't quite grasping what role playing is, but she's kind of noticing. She's like, oh, so like you tell stories to each other. I said, yeah, we kind of do.
Yeah, sort of.
It's like, she's trying to figure it out. It's cute watching her like try to understand what this all means.
It's fun trying to explain it to people because I have a friend who she was like, oh my gosh, I don't even know what to say about it. She's like famous. And I was like, I'm not even close to famous.
Oh, that's awesome.
I said, it's hard to explain. Here, just watch
That's
this.
funny.
Here's the link. Watch it.
Yes. Watch all of them. Marathon it.
I also showed, before I showed Molly's interview, I also showed her Petra's audition.
Aww.
And she also really liked you as well. I mean, she would have liked all of you. I just didn't have time to show her everything. But
Yes, priority.
But I think one thing she appreciated about watching your interview, which is kind of why I picked yours, is because she also doesn't really get Pokemon. You know, it's just not her. She just doesn't understand it. So the fact that you were openly talking about how you didn't understand it yourself.
Trying to. Still mispronouncing everything.
Yes.
Johto, not Jonto. I don't know what
Right.
Jonto is, but she thinks it's where the other side of the wall, apparently.
Yes. I think that's what helped her relate to you personally when she was watching your video, because she did watch your whole audition as well. So, and one last thing, mad props to Petra for being able to snag the most difficult person to romance, in my opinion.
Yes!
Jenny was the most difficult one to romance, but I thought it made sense, so...
And he's so gung-ho about it.
I know.
It's like, so what is
Yeah,
this?
I mean, I think-
You like this? Okay.
I mean, I guess once he's in, he's all in.
Exactly. She knows what she picked.
Yeah. All right.
Well, again, Tiffany, when I came into this, had a few options. Keith, Kyle, and
Who
Noir.
were they? Oh, interesting.
And then just,
Oh, yeah.
the
Well, I mean,
confessional
it sucks 'cause
episode,
Noir
she's like,
likes Tiffany.
Noir needs a friend. I will be her friend.
Mhm.
Keith, she just never ran into after the second episode again.
Yeah.
So didn't go
Yeah.
anywhere with it. And, we keep running into Kyle. And
Yeah.
then we had her being vulnerable at the orphanage, and then his turn of and also being vulnerable that same day. And right, he's more than just someone who's really pretty.
Yeah, I was curious if anyone was going to go after Kyle Jenny. If I was playing, that would be the one my character would be going after. So
Good taste, then.
thank you. I'd like to think so.
Yeah. I'm
My second choice would have been Madison, but
Madison's cool.
She is.
Yeah, we need to get Kyle. I mean, Madison and Chase on the date. We just need to maybe you guys should work together during this
Disaster.
Team Rocket.
oh god.
Let's do it. Come on, be a great movie.
And I mean, their Pokemon are both ghost, so
Yeah.
their Pokemon are both ghost.
Because of
types.
that accent.
Just saying. That's true. He has a very attractive accent, Lux.
Oh my god.
Just shove them both into a room and close the door.
Tiffany's philosophy. It works for Cassie.
Master Lux, is that a hammer in your pocket?
Yes, takes it out, pegs
Are
down
you
door.
very pleasant to gaze your eyes on me?
No, these aren't my eyes. My eyes are down here.
Yes.
Well, actually, they were down there earlier today. I forgot to do that joke.
Your eyes are in your crotchular area, Master Lux.
Say more my chest. Gross.
There we go.
Oh my gosh.
Okay. All right. Rotux.
There
That would be
we go.
Rotux.
Vortex.
Make it happen.